Hi, this is Ron Janish. In the previous video, I explained how I thought the market had a very good chance of going down, and I explained how people were probably going to feel like they got fleeced and how Wall Street is going to fleece America. Here's how that works, quite simply. And not only going to tell you about how it works, but I'm also going to tell you about how you can prevent it. Not only can you prevent it, but you can make money on preventing it. Hooray! And I don't get a nickel out of it. Don't worry. No, 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 no. You can, if you want to send me a nickel, please do. I appreciate the nickels and dollars, but not necessary. Anyway, so here's the deal. Uh, Basics are really, really simple, so everybody can understand. We all know that most 401k plans invest their money in stocks and bonds, hybrids, or whatever they call it. Truth of the matter is that no matter what kind of 401k you're invested in, they will charge a fee of, let's say, up to 2-3% a year. And there's a company that I happen to know how things work on the inside, because I have somebody in there that's very close to me that tells me what they do. And she tells me that her company went over everything completely in huge depth, worked to get the best deal possible for their employees when they set up a 401k plan. And in my opinion, there's still a good chance they'll get fleeced. And here's why. Because every single option in their 401k plan, even though it's fully disclosed and all that other stuff, has fees attached to it. And these fees are very small. They might be between 0.5% per year to 3% per year, depending on what it is, if the investment does nothing. Okay, that's before it makes any money. And worst case is the only thing they can do is invest to try to get out of that trap, is to invest in what I call a fall money market. Fall means fake. Fall money market scheme. And if you look at what's inside these fall money market schemes, they're things that could go down in value. You could lose money. Okay, now I'm going to tell you how to get around all this stuff, how our legislators could help us, how your company could help you, and heck, if you just want to do it tomorrow, how you can do it tomorrow. Real easy. So here's how it works. If the stock market, let's say the stock market's here at around 12,000. If it goes down to, I don't know, somewhere, let's say down to here, which I don't consider impossible, by the middle or end of next year, then it'll have lost over 50% in value. And if you've seen my recent videos that is posted on the web, you're welcome to see at let's see. There's one video here, and then there's another video. Come on, baby. There's another video here at andrewscourse.com. You'll see the other videos, and this video here will tell you what the forecast is, why it's probably going to go up a bit or go down a lot. And this is simply my opinion, right? Anyway, so what happens is that Wall Street every year takes this percentage out. They have to pay their bills, right? So they out of these different 401k plans, they charge money, which they have to. And so even if your investment goes nowhere, it will go, in terms of value, it will go down a little bit in value. But you don't care. After all, you put in a bunch of money and your company is matching. Let's say they're very generous and you put in $10,000 and they will match it. And you have what's called 5-year vesting over a period of 5 years. Okay, so you put in $10,000, they put in $10,000, and they say, well, you can have all this $10,000 as long as over 5 years. You stick around, okay, and maybe there's other conditions. So in theory, at the end of 5 years, you have $20,000 credited to you, provided, and not only that, but you have the growth or negative growth, as the case might be, on whatever it's invested in. Now, that means, in simple English, that if you buy here and it goes down to 6,000, guess what? You have less than the 10,000 you originally put in, even though the company took all that risk theoretically away from you and gave you that $10,000. So that's how Wall Street could theoretically fleece you. Okay? So what do? Is it safer to put your money in the mattress? To just, take it out as in part of your paycheck and put it under your mattress? Well, it might be. Or how about putting it into an FDIC insured savings account that pays almost nothing, or you almost have to pay them an interest? It might be. Are there other options that are reasonable, that are not nuts or stupid? Yes, there are other options. Let's say you have a nice fat 401k plan, some of which is vested, some of which isn't, and you just want things to work. You want to have an option where you can't lose money. Okay, something that's, well, that's safer than your mattress. Okay, well, here's what it is. Option number one. And this ain't going to happen, but I'll give you option number one anyway. Option number one is, I'll write it down for those who need it written down. Well, let's write this down. Come on, let's give me a piece of paper to write this down. God, I do this stuff on the fly. Ain't it crazy? Okay, let's do new. Option number one. Have your boss call me and I'll tell them how to do it if this is too complicated. And have your company add a no risk investment. Now, they're going to tell you 10,000 reasons why they can't. And guess what? It's a lie. They just don't want to, Okay. Add a no risk investment. What's a no risk investment? Well, something that's about as safe as your mattress. Maybe a bank account. It's federally insured bank account. Maybe a fund, like a fund that only invests in T-bills, or something like that. That theoretically is no risk. Okay, that's option number one. Let's have your company do that. Option number two, have your congressman do that. Here's how that works. Okay, option number two is Congress. What you do is real simple. You have your congressman pass a law that says that every 401k must have as an investment option, an option to put the money into a money market fund, a real one, that is operated by and guaranteed by the U.S. Treasury. Heck, that's better than a bank, because after all, the Treasuries guarantee the FDIC, right? So, and this magic money market fund that pays almost nothing in the way of interest takes that money and buys up bonds from the Chinese and Japanese and English and anybody else out there. Okay? Suddenly, we'll own our own debt. Gee whiz. Novel concept, right? Okay. Option number three. If you're like me, you don't want to wait for this stuff because it ain't going to happen next week. I want something I can do now, tomorrow. Well, consider this. If I had a 401k plan, which I don't, I have something better, I would call this guy here or do something like this. But personally, if I had one, I would call this guy here. Here's his number. His name is Johnny Matheson. He'll go nuts if you call him. He has no idea I'm doing this. And his phone number is 1-877-298-8976. Okay, this guy has no idea. Actually, I want him to make a lot of money so he gets to do his thing that he's always wanted to do. And that's have enough money to go to Comic-Con. Okay? And so what you do is you contact him. He works for a company called TD Ameritrade. If you hate TD Ameritrade, no problem. There's lots of other good brokerage firms, and you basically ask him the same thing you'd ask Johnny Matheson. And that is can I take my 401k and convert it into an IRA over at your brokerage firm? And can I then take the money in that IRA and invest it in things like bank insured CDs, stuff that's safer than putting your money in the mattress? Okay? Or maybe Benham T-bill fund or whatever works. Okay? Now, then there's question number two. That's real important. If you're one of those people like me who thinks those brokerage firms are out to fleece some people and you'd like to get money from the fleecers, what you do is you ask whoever answers that phone, say, by the way, I heard that if my deposit is big enough, I'll be able to get some free stuff, maybe $500 or $50 or a new shiny toaster or something like that. What kind of a deal do you have? And then you call other places like banks or any place else that'll give you investment opportunities for your IRA that are safer than a mattress, and you ask them the same question, and then you make a choice. And the downside is that the money you had in your 401k is now in an IRA and is no longer accumulating that matching by your employer. You'd have to put new money for that, but it's no longer at risk. Okay, so whoever you do it with, that's up to you. Just option number 3, convert to an IRA. Okay, those are 3 things. They're, in my opinion, they make more sense than putting your money in a mattress, right? And they're not crazy. Okay, so and by the way, over at Charles Schwab and TD Ameritrade and all those other places, you can put your money in things that are other than CDs. They'll explain to you what you can do, what your options are. But if you ask people like Johnny Matheson or other nice people that work for these companies, the reason I picked Johnny is because he is so helpful to me. He really is. He actually gets the results for me, and I want him to go to Comic-Con. I really do. So anyway, that's the deal. Hope this helps you to avoid getting fleeced by Wall Street, and perhaps you can make some money off of not getting fleeced. All right. And if you ever want to visit and see some of the stuff that I do, just go to PrecisionTrader or AndrewsCourse.com. See you later. Bye.